Hello everybody, welcome back to the Further Travel podcast where we talk all things travelling further to places like Thailand, Bali and many more. My name is Harry and I am joined with a very special guest today, one of our quite new creators, which is so exciting. We have Ellen on the podcast. So Ellen, can you just give us a little introduction of who you are and what program you've been on?
I'm Ellen. I'm 28. I've just come back from the Camp Thailand program. It was absolutely amazing. I'm a singer as well, and I do content creation.
Amazing, fantastic. So what date did you go, Ellen, on Camp Thailand?
So I went on the 23rd of October.
Wow, so you've just got home.
Literally, and I'm still crying that I'm at home.
Oh my God. What trip did you do with Camp Thailand? Which specific one?
So the 12-day trip we did.
Oh, the 12-day adventure, was it?
Yeah.
Lovely.
And it was an adventure. I felt like I was there for months as well. Like, it didn't feel like 12 days. It was crazy.
Because everything's just so action-packed, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy.
Like, get your backpack on. We're going.
Yeah, speaking of backpacks, let's just go straight into the questions. Are we team backpack or team suitcase?
Definitely backpack. Honestly, for me, in our group, some took suitcases, some took backpacks. It was a mix. And everyone who had a suitcase was like, I so wish I had a backpack. I was like, yeah.
Oh my God. So are we going to take the backpack any other places soon? Have we got anything else lined up?
We definitely are. I'm going to Rome in January for a little bit of a, city break. And then I want to do Vietnam next year.
Ooh, good choice. I mean, we have a Vietnam tour that's in next year.
I see it.
Oh, yes, that's perfect. And I mean, we'll get into it in the podcast, but I always say it's good doing a trip like the 12-day adventure in Thailand, things like that, because it gives you the bug, it gives you, especially the independence to say, I'm going to go further afield for even longer.
Yeah, and for my first solo proper trip outside of Europe, it was the perfect amount of time to do on my own because I was really scared anyway of going on my own. But the fact that it wasn't dead long, I had a group, it was so much better.
Yeah, totally. What made you do the 12-day adventure specifically?
Because it was so jam-packed, it literally had everything that I wanted to do in 12 days. I didn't have to have loads of time off work. It was just perfect. Like, everything on my bucket list, the 12 day was like, yep, we're doing that. Yep, we're doing that.
Oh my God. So what was the top activity in your opinion? What was on the top of your bucket list that got ticked off?
I think the PP Island boat tour, because when you're on Instagram and you're like, I really want to go there, and then when I was there I was like, I'm living my dream, I'm in my dream.
Yeah, and I mean it's gorgeous, isn't it? I always say that it's great that we always promote it on social media because people always think, well, it obviously can't be that good, and I'm like,
but it is.
Yeah, and I mean it looks gorgeous. So where else did you go in the trip? Obviously you went to PP. What other places did you go to?
We went to Krabi.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously we started off in Bangkok and then we went down to Phuket. And then we had a free day one day and we went to Railay Beach.
Yeah.
And then we could have just chilled, but I said to our guide, I was like, please, can I do another island? She was like, yeah, sure, I'll get it all booked for you. I was like, oh. So we went to Hong Island as well, me and some of the girls, which was really cute.
Oh, nice. Also, that was part of the additional activities that you've added onto it.
Yeah, our tour guide was amazing. Anything we wanted to do additionally, she was like, yeah, I'll sort that, don't worry. I was like,
love that. So obviously you've said that it was 12 days of just jam-packed activities, which I think all of our tours are, to be fair, no matter what duration you do. What was the one thing, I'm going to say bar PP, that was at the top of your list, best experience on the trip?
You know what? Hiking up the viewpoint in Phuket. No, in DP. So we hiked up to the top, to the viewpoint, and we watched the sunset, and that was amazing.
Wow. And what time was that?
No, we went up. So it actually goes dark really soon in Thailand, I feel. So, I think we set off about 5 p.m. And by the time we got to the top, which took about 30 minutes, it was pretty much dark.
Oh
so,
my God.
Yeah, it was kind of just setting, obviously. And then we came down. I think we stayed up there for about half an hour, I'd say. The sun had set, and then we kind of walked down, but it's all lit as you go down, and it's gorgeous. It's so cute.
Oh, that's ideal. Did you see any sunrises when you were in Thailand?
We did on PP again. So at breakfast, me and some of the girls got up a little bit early, and we went to see the sunrise because we literally stayed on the beach. So breakfast was on the beach.
Yeah.
So it was like perfect for a sunrise.
Yeah. Oh my God. What a dream. Imagine.
Oh, it was so good.
And now
and
you're
the
back.
sunsets are amazing as well.
Yeah.
Like,
especially in
unbelievable.
PP. PP sounds like the best place to be.
Yeah, I do. I really did like PP, to be fair. It was so good.
What was the like the boat ride over there like? Because I know some people are always like, oh, I don't know about the boats and the ferries over there.
So I thought this because, like, before I went, I was on TikTok having a look, and everyone was like, oh, the boats to PP are horrible. Like, they're up and down. Make sure you take your travel sick tablets. And honestly, most of our group had an app. Like, it was the nicest boat ride ever. It wasn't going, up and down. It was really nice. It was good. We actually sat on the top of the boat, and we looked at the view as we was on our way there, which was really cute as well.
Oh, I can just picture it now. Like, you're really painting this amazing picture of PP just in general in my head. Like,
So good.
I feel like I just want to go to PP and nowhere else because you're really selling the dream.
Honestly, and the people at PP are so lovely as well. Like, everywhere in Thailand, to be fair.
Wow.
They're gorgeous people.
Amazing. What was kind of solo traveling like for you? Is this the first time you've been solo traveling? Have you been elsewhere?
So I've been to Europe solo traveling before, but never outside of Europe. So I was actually like crying, wanting to throw up, at the lead up. I was like, I'm so scared. But I know when I get there, I'll be with my group and I'll be fine. It was just the getting there. I got lost in Kuala Lumpur Airport, which was a bit chaotic. But I had a self-transfer, so next time I won't be doing that. But apart from that, it was just, I can't even explain it. It was so good. Like, it opened my eyes to loads of different stuff. I experienced things like a hole in the floor as a toilet for the first time. Do you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's like you've been on 18 hours of flying and you're like, oh, I just need the toilet. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it was a little bit scary. But then once I was there and I saw my roommate and I met everyone, I was like, right, I'm here now, I can chill.
Yeah, love that. What were run me through the feelings then? So obviously, like, before you booked the tour, you're thinking about it. What was the feelings before you went, when you got there, and then, like, when you left? Was it, like, just a rocky road of, like, oh my God, I'm excited, I'm so nervous, I don't want to go home, oh my God, I'm home? Like, what were you feeling the full time?
Yeah, so I booked the trip, but I booked it like a year in advance, so I had a whole year of waiting for this trip. And then it came so quick, and I was like, right, I'm going next week. I was dead excited, and I was like, I'm a little bit nervous, but, like, my family and friends were like, you'll be fine, you'll just do it, you'll get on with it, it'll be cool. So, right, okay. So the flight was okay. Again, I had a bit of a to-do in Kuala Lumpur, but it's fine. We all learn things. And then when I got there, it was just a sign of relief, and it was like, right, let's get stuck into this now. I was really excited to meet everybody, get to know everybody, and that was just up and out. Like, feelings were just amazing throughout the whole trip. Like, I've made best friends for life. We had experience together. Like, it was just gorgeous. And then coming home, we actually all cried our eyes out. Like, it was so sad. Like, I was the last to go. So one of the other girls, she went before me. We, like, chilled all day because everyone else had left. And we literally just sat there, looked at each other, and we just started crying. I was like, I don't want to come home. I FaceTime home, like, I'm on my own now and everyone's gone and I miss everyone already.
Oh my God. So it just sounds like the most positive experience ever. Like, I'm so glad that you had a fantastic time. That's heartwarming to hear that, like, our trip has made you feel that good.
It was gorgeous. Like, every penny I put into that trip is just, wow. Like, I loved it.
Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Why did you end up choosing, like, Camp Thailand, Helen? What was the determining factor that you went through us?
So I did look at a few group trips, and a lot of them were like for 6 months or 4 months, and they were really, really expensive. And I thought, $6,000 to go away for 6 months, it's a lot of saving that to do. And then I saw your ads on TikTok anyway, and I followed Casey, who obviously came on our trip, and she was like, I'm doing a group trip in Thailand. And I was like, stop. So I messaged her, like, save me a place literally. She was like, yeah, I'll send you the link. So I booked it because it was only 12 days. It had everything in there that I wanted to do, and it was reasonably priced. Like, it wasn't expensive like the rest of them were. And I just thought, it's just nice for my first solo trip, cheeky little 12 days, you know, not too long. Because if I would have done 6 months, I might have got homesick. I might have wanted to come. You don't know, do you? And I feel like that's just enough time.
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. And I feel like 12 days, like you said, is such a good time, especially if you go on that side of the world for the first time, because you know that after 1 day is done, you only have 11 days left, and you're like, right, okay, I can like start to like decide that if I don't want to be here, like I can go straight home. But it's good because if you are there, you can just add more time on if you want. Like some people just extend their flights and then they'll just stay in Thailand, or they'll go over to Bali and things like that. So it's always a good like introductory solo travel to Asia trip, I think, the 12-day, because you get so much included. You get the independence, you get the confidence, you meet new people, you understand the destination and what life in Asia's like, to be fair. So it gives you that little stepping stone to go to places like Vietnam, Cambodia, or go to Bali, just like anywhere in the world. So like totally agree, like it's so
exactly, because if you've not been outside of Europe before, I was saying you don't realise how at home you feel in Europe, because it's so like the UK. You're in a completely new country which is far from anything in the UK. So I think if I was set to do a few months out there, I would have been like, might want to come home now a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
It's so different.
And I mean, Thailand, like places like Thailand and Bali are great for first-time solo travellers, because even though they are so far away, I do think sometimes they are quite westernised in the fact that they'll have like shops from England. You know, a lot of the people there speak English. The drinks, the restaurants can be really catered for English people. Whereas if you go like sometimes further afield to places that don't have loads and loads of tourists, like sometimes that's when you can get really homesick and you're like, I don't know if I'm feeling about this. So I think that's why Thailand, Bali is a really good introductory place if you just want to find your feet in solo traveling to begin with.
Yeah, 100%, definitely.
So you are now a solo traveller, basically, especially because you've been to Europe and Asia now, which is great. If you, because there's people who's watching this who probably have never solo travelled before and they really want to start it, what would be your either top tips or few tips into solo travelling?
So my number one would be pack light. Don't overpack, because I didn't realise how westernised Thailand was. Like, you can buy clothes up there, you can get all your sun creams and your bug sprays. Like, I didn't take any bug spray because I did a bit of research and was like, I know the one in Thailand's really good, so I'm going to wait and get it there. So yeah, pack light. And also I did my washing, like I did everything I took, I washed, and it cost me £4. Literally.
Wow.
So I come home, all my stuff was washed. I was like, buzzing.
Now you've just got loads of ironing to do.
Actually, no, I think some places they do iron it for you. But I wasn't too bothered about that because I literally had shorts and crop tops, so it wasn't that bad. But yeah, don't overpack, 100%. And also, if you're worried about spending the money, like I was a little bit, like, obviously be reasonable what you spend, but also you're never going to regret spending that money. So go and do it. Like, if you're sat at home thinking, I really want to go there, but I've got no one to go with, go on your own. Like, I came out of a 5-year relationship and I was stuck, and I was like, I want to see the world. And if no one's going to come with me, I go on my own. I go to a food place on my own. Like, it's so empowering as well, like doing stuff for yourself. Like, you literally don't need anybody, do you know what I mean? So book it. If you're thinking about it, just go and do it.
Love that so much. That is a good advocate, Ellen, for solo travelling. I'm so glad you said that. Do you know, I haven't actually went like properly solo travelling myself. I've been on work trips in the past where I've been to a few places kind of by myself, but it's been with work. But I love going to like the cinema by myself. I love going out for brunch by myself, things like that. Yeah. And it's little things like that you start, like the cogs start turning and you're like, wait, if I could do this, like, I think I could go to Thailand by myself for a few days. Like, it should be fine. But then once you actually do it, that's when people get the bug and they're like, no, I can literally do anything now. Like, I can just, like, conquer the world.
Honestly, when you go somewhere solo, you're literally you're unstoppable. Like, 100%. And because I was solo, but I had obviously the group from Camp Thailand, I one, made friends for life, and two, I wasn't on my own. So it's a really good way to solo travel, but also like be with people, if that makes sense.
Yeah, 100%, because we obviously sell group tours, but for solo travellers, because everyone who goes on our trips really are sometimes usually first time solo travellers, and they're all within that like 18 to 30 mark, because we get loads of people who get scared that they're just not going to meet friends on the trips because they're going by themselves, or they might not like the people who's in the room, and we just say that you will like each other. There might be a few people that you don't get along with, as that happens in life, but usually everyone gets along well because we attract people who have kind of the same way of life and the same way of thinking, that everyone kind of just vibes together.
Yeah, exactly, 100%.
And was that what it was like on your trip? Like, was everyone quite close-knit and...
Well, we've booked a trip to the Lake District in January, put it that way. We're
Oh my God,
so.
that is so
I was
sweet.
like, girls, so on our trip, it was all girls and one boy, and he was loving it. He was like, I've learned so much this trip about women. And I'm like, sorry, Charlie, but he's coming to the lakes with us, like, he loves it.
Oh.
So we've booked a little cute house with a hot tub, and we're all going having some drinks together. I can't wait.
Oh my God, who'd have thought, like, you 3 months ago, like, that you would be going to the Lake District with loads of random people you met in Thailand?
It's actually mad. It's so crazy.
That is fantastic. I feel the same way, to be fair. So I've done AmeriCamp, which is our sister company. I've done that for 2 years running, and it's just like, I guess that's my solo traveling. Like, that has gave me the confidence, everything like that. I'm going to Leeds at the weekend to have like a big meet up with everyone, and it's just a testament to how if you do something yourself, you'll make these lifelong connections that just
it grows you so much as a person as well, doing these things. Like, I'm a completely different person than I was last year.
Yeah.
You know, you learn loads about yourself and the world and other people, and it's just great.
And Thailand's such a good place to kind of find yourself, that people say. I think anywhere in that side of Asia is just so good, especially Bali and Thailand, because it attracts really like-minded people. Everyone there is like quite spiritual as well, and I feel like you do just find your best version of yourself, that when you come back to home, you're like, no, I'm just gonna stay like that, and I'm just gonna continue to be like the better self, I guess.
And it makes you appreciate life more as well, like just seeing how other people live. You know, the Thais are gorgeous and they've not got a lot.
No.
Do you know what I mean? Like, they don't, and they're lovely, and you really think like, wow, I'm lucky to live the life and be able to do these things.
Totally.
So it really opens your eyes in loads of different ways.
Did you think of any like culture shocks when you were there? Like, was there anything that stood out where you were like, oh my gosh, this is like so different? Maybe it's not in a negative way, but just in like, oh my God, what a different way of life.
There was loads. So obviously the street food, which we don't have in the UK, unless it's Christmas markets, but it's not like street food in Thailand. But the main one was, in the toilets, they have the little, I call them a bum gun.
Okay.
Now, I loved it, because it was a bit like there's no toilet roll in any toilets. Oh, if you go into Asia as well, another top tip, make sure you take some loo roll out your hotel when you go out. But that whole side of things, like how they use the bathroom, is crazy to me. Like, some of them even had buckets that you had to flush the toilet yourself. Crazy.
Oh, it's a
So
shock.
that was a bit of an eye-opener. Like, in England, you can go in a toilet anywhere and it be clean and have toilet roll, whereas in Thailand, it's like, whoa, this is how they do it.
Yeah, I mean, that's Asia for you. That's in a lot of places as well.
But yeah, fully embraced it anyway.
Love that. Well, so top tip to anyone listening from Ellen, bring some toilet roll from your hotel. I've never heard anyone say that.
I beg of you.
No, I've literally, that is not something that we tend to put out on social media, but hey ho, it's a good tip to use.
It really is.
I love that.
So, yeah.
So I know that you said obviously you chose Camp Thailand as kind of the trip just because like it had so much included, and obviously it was short duration as well. There's people probably listening who are kind of on the precipice of booking, and they're thinking, do I go with Camp Thailand? Do I not? Like blah blah blah. What would you say to people who are thinking of kind of booking our trip specifically? Why kind of they should do it?
well, it's reasonably priced for one. Like, the price is really, really good, and what you get within that price is amazing. Because before booking Camp Thailand, I really wanted to go to Thailand, but it was a thought of booking all the excursions and the hotels, and how do I get from here to here? Like, how do I book a boat from Phuket to Phi Phi? Do you know what I mean? It was really, really confusing and overwhelming, and I feel like a lot of people feel like that, and that's why they don't go. So the reason I booked Camp Thailand is because I paid one lump sum for all that to be booked, like, literally. I arrived in Bangkok and I followed my guide. I was like, I'm loving this. Like, I don't have to think about anything. She knows where we're going next, and also the flexibility of, if you didn't want to do something on the trip or you wanted a rest day, you can do. If you wanted a beach day or whatever, it's not, you don't have to do everything that's included. Like, they went to Patong Beach when we got to Phuket. Patong Strip, for some drinks. And I'd got off the coach journey and I was like so tired. I thought I'll have a nap. And then I was like, you know what, I'm just going to stay in tonight, guys. And they went out and I stayed in and that was fine. So it's really relaxed. That's another reason why I booked it. So, yeah.
Amazing. I say that so many times, so I'm so glad that you've touched on that, is that even though we always say that this includes so many activities, you're not forced to do it. Like, some people don't want to go there or do that. Some people want a holiday as much as it is kind of a tour trip. And I'm like, if you just want to laze around the pool one day because you're tired and you just want to get a tan and read a book, you can totally do that. We're not saying you have to go on this. We just recommend everyone to do as much as they can whilst they're there, because it's a long flight, it's a lot included that sometimes it's hard to book yourself, and we just want to kind of let you experience everything that Thailand has to offer without having to force you to do it. So no, I'm so glad that you said that.
And even just the little things, like, if I was on my own, I'd be thinking, where am I going to sleep next? But that was all planned. And if you do have a free day and you saw something nearby and you wanted to do it, your guide's there to book it for you. Like, I was happily going to book it, and my guide was like, no, I'll sort it all. And you can really, even though it's a really jam-packed holiday and you're doing a lot, you still feel relaxed because everything's done for you, which is a really nice thing about it. Because I think if I was on my own, I'd be panicking then, about what I'm going to do next. And I didn't want to do that.
Yeah, and I said to Amy earlier on, who's another one of our creators as well, when I did a podcast, is that the good thing with going on a group solo trip tour is because, say if something went wrong, and I don't mean something really wrong, say if you're just feeling quite poorly, you can go to the other people on your trip or the local guides and just say, I don't feel well, is this normal, what shall I do? Whereas if you go by yourself completely, you're like, well, who do I turn to? Because it can be scary.
Yeah. And that's another reason I booked it, because I wanted that security that if anything did go wrong, I've got that support there.
Yeah.
Of not just the guide, the whole group was supportive, and it was really nice. Like, our guide Kimmy we love Kimmy. We send you love, Kimmy, from England. We love you. I really needed an electrolyte one day, and I was like, I'll go to the shop. She's like, it's fine, I've got some. They're my favourite flavour. She's so cute. She was so lovely.
I absolutely love our local guides. They're just the angels sent from heaven.
And they actually are, honestly. Kimmy, she was so funny because all the activities we did, we went to the Thai boxing on PP, which is literally a bar and you have a drink, yet they're fighting in a ring. Kimmy was like, Ellen, get in. I was like, why is everyone getting me to do stuff? I'd already been in the fire show, honestly. And Kimmy was like, are you going to fight or I'm going to go to bed? I was like, I'm going to bed, I'm not fighting, Kimmy. But she was loving it. She was like, Ellen, you're strong. I was like, I know I'll go to the gym, Kimmy, but no.
It just makes it all the more worthwhile, I think, having a local guide as well, because a lot of there's other companies out there who promote kind of similar trips, but they have kind of English reps out there, which are fantastic, I must say. But I think us having local guides is good because the English is fantastic, but then if they need to speak in their native language to the locals, they can do that at the drop of a hat as well.
Yeah, for example, when we decided to do the boat trip to Hong Island that wasn't on the trip, but we wanted to do it, and Kimmy booked it for us. Kimmy then spoke in Thai to him everything that was going to happen, like drop them off at this place, and can you get them a taxi? We got dropped off after the trip. He took us to our taxi. Again, if there was English and they didn't know much Thai, you'd struggle there a little bit. And if you was on your own, you'd struggle a little bit as well. So,
totally.
You know.
We love Kimmy.
We do. We love Kimmy.
Moral of the story is we love Kimmy.
we got a picture of Kimmy, actually. She's amazing.
Oh, you'll have to send these pictures over so I can put them on Instagram and stuff. Because
in fact, I added Kimmy on Facebook.
Wow, besties with Kimmy.
Yeah.
I love that so much. Well, I'm so glad that you had a good time, Ellen, and I just hope that this is a stepping stone for you to kind of explore Asia a little bit more, because I feel like you've done Thailand, now you need to do Vietnam, you need to do Cambodia, you need to do Bali, you need to go everywhere, because I just feel like it's opened your eyes a bit more to the Asian culture, and it's just an absolute great stepping stone. So is there anything kind of on the horizon where you're thinking of going?
Vietnam and Cambodia, but then I don't know I would book another trip with you guys, so I don't know if to maybe do the Bali trip, or the Maldives one is tempting, you know. It really is.
Hey, what can we say? We just have loads of choice.
Like, again, I always thought about the Maldives, you've got to be rich to go to the Maldives. You can't go to the Maldives if you're not a millionaire. You can. With Camp.
With Camp Maldives, exactly. And
Camp Maldives.
Yeah, the Camp Maldives program's great because you still get to see the gorgeous Maldives, but then you're just helping the community out more because you're doing all the lit picking and you're doing all the local stuff. So it's just very wholesome. It's a very wholesome trip.
Yeah, I was going to say very wholesome. Yeah, so totally. I think I might look into maybe booking another trip because, again, I love meeting new people, and because I've only done one on my own, I think I might need to do another one with a group as well.
Yeah, totally.
Because it's a big place, Thailand.
It is.
And I just love meeting people, and it's better when you're with people.
100%.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, totally agree with that. Well, we hopefully can see what you're going to be doing soon, Ellen, obviously on your social media. If you can just promote your social media to everyone who's listening, that would be great, because I'm sure people want to see what you're up to as well.
Yeah, of course. I'm a maniac on social media. My Instagram and my TikTok are both under @itsEllenLynch. So they're both the same.
And that's Lynch.
It is.
There you go.
ELLENLYNCH.
Oh, she's got a jingle. Love that. Yeah, so that is everyone. That is Ellen's social media, everyone. And if anyone has any questions just in regards to further travel and the different brands that we have, like Camp Thailand, Bali, Maldives, Vietnam, Cambodia, we have so many. Feel free to just drop us an email, drop us a message on social media, give us a call. We're always here and we'll be happy to help. But I'm happy kind of wrapping up this podcast, Ellen. Thank you so much for jumping on. It's been fantastic talking to you. Is there anything else that you want to go over, or are you kind of happy with everything?
I'm happy. If you're thinking about booking the trip, just book it. Please, for the love of God, book it.
Watch, me and Ellen will be in Maldives together, watch.
Honestly, me and the girls from Camp Thailand have actually said, "Oh, should we go Maldives?"
I know everyone who's going to the lakes with you will be going to Maldives soon.
Honestly, I think we're going to book them. I think we're going to plan the Maldives. We're coming.
I would, honestly. Well, hope to see you there. Well, thank you so much for joining, Ellen, and thank you everybody for listening. So we shall see you later. Thank you. Bye.
See you later.